Very good morning, South Africa. Baie goeiemôre, South Africa, Mulweni, Mzansi. And yes, it's Wednesday morning. It's 9 o'clock. And as promised, for the past year, every morning, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, the state and update of the nation from myself, Neil de Beer. This commitment, this meeting with my UIM family, is something that weekly I really look forward to. And again this morning, I'd like to share the following few minutes with you to update you on certain matters in the country, the UIM's opinion, en die goed wat belangrik is vir ons. So, baie goeiemôre, Zacharias, ek wil net 'n paar mense daarom groet. Liz, goeiemôre, Jolanda, Maralies, Rosemary, Mohammed, assalamu alaikum, Johan Neetling, Vanessa, Pietro, Martine, Maria, baie goed om julle te sien. It's always good to have you. Warren Wahlberg, good morning, Helen. You are probably wondering where I am. And this morning I'm coming live from the City of Cape Town Council Chambers. The sitting is going on this morning and I had to break away. And we have in council these garden sections where we can come out and, you know, it's places where the people can have meetings, have coffee, and for those that smoke, which I'm not, probably to have relief. So ek sit nou hier mooi in die tuine van die stad Kaapstad se hoofkantoor. Ek is besig vandag met council meetings en opleiding en is baie goed. It's very good to see you. So I'm not going to miss this. I promised you that by the uncircumstantial matters of death, I will be with you every Wednesday, 9 o'clock, to answer your questions, to listen to you, and to get guidance from you, but also more than that, to interact with you. Today I chose 3 topics, but I would like to start off with something that is very sad, that I woke up to this morning, and I'd like to address that. Many of us suffer crime and suffer the consequence of crime in this country. It's the same with illness, it is the same with disaster, that people suffer that. But you suffer it more when it comes close to home. Ek dink daar's nie een persoon wat my ken in die UIM en in hierdie land wat nie verstaan dat ek alles sal gee om ons kriminele en die kriminele posisie in hierdie land, die veiligheid van ons mense voor te sit nie. Dit is tog waarvan ek kom. My geskiedenis en sekuriteit in uniform en weermag en polisie en intelligensie dryf my altyd om op die voorkant te staan dat hierdie land geen tyd moet hê vir 'n kriminele aanslag op ons mense. Zero tolerance towards crime has been my passion and will remain. And obviously also having a conscience to understand that we've got to fight where it is necessary. This morning, I received the terrible sad news that one of my colleagues at the Invest Fund Africa group, a young gentleman, Dennis Skuya, who I basically for the past 6 years trained, supported, employed into a banking infrastructure, even paid for his attempt in finishing his PhD doctorate. A young man, not even in his late 30s, with a wife and great children, a man that had so much potential, was callously murdered last night at 8 o'clock in Luandle area in Somerset West in the Western Cape. Dennis was a man that had the potential to rise within the category of the financial services business, but so much so to leadership. They killed him last night callously and cowardly for his cell phone. They shot him, took his phone, and left him in his car with his wife to die. Now, when we as society daily hear this, daily get affected by this, then in us, whom have been speaking, fighting, arguing for crime in this country to become not the number one priority, but a massive priority. This is the reason why. Now here is it from the horse's mouth. Hoor my mooi. The leadership of the police, and I'm speaking about the political leadership, and I'm also talking about the commanding officer, General Sitole of the police. I want you to hear me, because this will not be the first and the last time, because both of you ineptly call yourself generals. Now I know what the general is. I've been at that rank on this continent. Some of my greatest friends have that rank, that share the rank of general. You are not fit. You are not fit for command. In actual fact, Beki Tsele, you were found, and I'm very calm today, you were found unfit to be the National Commissioner of Police. They gave you a title, and you still carry it, and you behave like it, although you are a political appointee. You should have been gone a long time ago. You're not fit for that position. And secondly, I'm sorry, in the conclusive evidence of the current July Looting Commission of Inquiry, and watching the current National Commissioner or General, and watching the questions and his answers, I have lost total faith. And that's why I'm sorry. Safety and security is not working in this country. Now, ultimately, the death of my employee, Dennis, someone has to take responsibility, not the criminals only, the people that callously shot him. It's the people that need to manage that process of people having access to guns. Now let me tell you, to the lawmakers, this is why we will fight you with the law when you start talking like idiots about taking people's guns away. Now, Dennis was one of the most passive human beings, academically inclined on earth. Did not carry a weapon, did not carry a gun. And robbers, criminals, shot him for a cell phone. That's why you must never touch our guns. Because until you cannot, jy, generaal, as jy nie ons kan beskerm teen mense wat vuurwapens dra, wat onwettig is nie. Jy kan nie eers dit donders wil doen nie. Nou wil jy kom neek met ander mense se reg tot wapens. Julle moet nou verstaan, ons is nie aggressief nie, ons is nie moedig nie, ons is gatvol. En dit groei. Hierdie familie het 'n pa verloor. Ek gaan vanmiddag na hierdie session van raad, na sy vrou toe en sy 2 kinders. And you can take it from me, I'm going to tell them who I believe's fault this is. So today we open with this by saying, God bless the soul of Dennis Quee and his family, and he will not be forgotten. We will not forget that. Great man, great loss, but God's will. God will make sure judgment is felt. Ons gaan net 'n bietjie help. South Africa, then I'd like to just talk about the 2 press statements, die 2 media verklarings wat ek gister uitgestuur het. En ons is die enigste party, die UIM, wat hierdie verklarings in die publiek uitgeskryf het, want ons het die ruggraat om dit te doen. Nommer 1. Die president uitgaande to the outgoing president of the Republic, Cyril Ramaphosa. You're outgoing. You hinted on Sunday that you are going to set up a commission of inquiry, or like you like to call it, a task team. Nou, daar's baie T's in daai vir jou. To go and find out about mandatory vaccinations. Jou gat. Hoor jy? You see, Mr. President, unfortunately, I don't respect you anymore. I will respect like a good man and a good general and a good leader. I will respect your office and your title. Sien, toe ek in die army was en die polisie het hulle vir my gesê, ek hoef nie van Jan te hou nie, maar hy is nog steeds 'n kolonel. So in die oggend het ek die kolonel gesalueer, nie die drol nie. So I'm giving an accolade to the office of the president. I'm sorry, I can't support the man. Now, Mr. President, I want to make it clear. All the commissions of inquiry that you have set out have failed. One of them that I am very interested in, and I will be releasing a statement by Friday, is Zondo Commission. The Zondo Commission. Remember that guy? The guy that you paid 1.2 billion rand. That commission. We are waiting. We are waiting for the arrests. We are waiting for the prosecutions. We will not let it go. Time will not let this one go. We are waiting. Mr. President, by the way, while I'm on this subject, the South African people are also waiting for the 22 people that you identified in the so-called insurrection attempt of June, July. We are not getting those names, and we are not getting to the prosecutions. Do you think we dumb? Usile. I am the president of a national political party, the 25th largest party in this country out of 300. Hear me well. We are not going to stop. We are not going to forget. You see, the UIM does not make a statement, make an event, and then move on. We're not going to do it. Because we want justice. So hear me well. The will of the people must come first. The difference of the UIM and any other political party who attempts to fight, the difference is we will fight. Because the UIM is a party that's a family of South Africans. We are made of every color, every demographic and every religion. Ons gaan vir julle kom moer. Julle moet mooi hoor. Die ander partye praat bla bla. Ons het nie. Ons doen wat ons sê en ons sê wat ons bloody doen. That's why we are the only political party met balle wat nog steeds lê binne my garage wat ons wou uitdeel. Balle en ruggraat. Daar's niks. So that is why I sent out an official press release that quite shocked a lot of people when I said, if you are going to come back to us and tell us that a task team is recommending forced vaccinations, there are enough people in this republic that are going to get up and hopefully have the balls, cricket balls, soccer balls, to join the UIM, and the UIM, wat nie kortsigtig is nie, will join other organizations in support to immediately stop this. And I'm very clear, we are not doctors, they are enough. But what we are saying is that the UIM cannot allow a government to make a law to force people to inject people. Your body is sacred. Now, in an argument, if vaccines are good or bad, I cannot give a comment. Because what's in the vial, I am not educated for that. But I am educated enough on the law, the Constitution, and the right to freedom. The right to freedom of expression. And that's what we will fight. And if the rest of the parties want to just talk but not fight, we'll lead. We have the mandate. You see, we might have just got a few people in seats, but I promised you this, we will act as if we are a million. So that is why, dit is hoekom gister ek daai persverklaring gemaak het. Nou wil mense vir my sê, maar Neil, ons speel met mense se lewens. Nee. Dit is die werk van die staat op hierdie oomblik. Van die president van hierdie land, die uitgaande ene, het vir my sweet boggerel 'n Sondag gesê nie. Jy het niks vir my gesê nie. Ek was reg met die popcorn, die vetkoek, die toffee-appel en my hot chocolate. En hy het vir my moer niks gesê. Hy het my tyd gemors. Want die enigste ding wat hy vir my gesê het, vir 'n uur lank, is vaksin, 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 vaksin. En die level gaan nie op nie. Nou is Omicron, wat klink soos 'n construction maatskappy, Omicron. As Omicron of Omni-Hoop of Omni-Moer, as hierdie ding so erg is, met die wave, né? Die wave, hierdie wave. Ja, want hulle weet blykbaar wanneer die wave kom. So hulle kan vir jou presies sê die dag en die minuut wat die wave kom, maar hulle kan nie 500 biljoen wat hulle gesteel het kry nie. Snaaks, né? So you can pick up when the wave comes. 9 Desember om 2:15, kom die wave. Maar jy kan nie 1 biljoen rand kry wat jy geloot het nie. Luister, South Africans, a large proportion are uneducated, but we're not stupid. And I am a political party. I'm in government, local government. I don't care. You won't force us. You won't force to take our guns. You won't force to stick stuff in us, intimidate us, and hide information. Gat for level, daar. So, if your total thing is about forcing us, then we've got a problem. It's not about the jab. I want to make it very clear. And it's not about the jab. It's not about the TB jab. It's not about chicken or polio or yellow fever. We are not fighting medical process. We are fighting how the process is being implemented. That's it. This is unethical. So if you want to get the people of this country to support you, then plain and simply do it right. Doen het reg. That's all that we are saying. So that's the one statement. The other statement that I'm making is the unbelievably shocking petrol price of this country. And we issued a media statement, the only political party that also did this. By taking us as the citizens of this country and putting 81 cents to our current fuel levy bill that you increased 3 weeks ago. Taking this country that is already under pressure, that's already fighting for survival, that's already not stimulated, that's getting no support from government, that's not getting buffer from buffer to help the man on the street survive, that's getting no grant for small and medium enterprise, that's not helping us with the UIF, that's not helping our businesses to survive and buffer through the banks. You are not intervening to actually go to the financial institutions and ask them to give relief. You're just doing nothing. Now you go and tell the citizens of this country, we will be paying nearly 20 Rand a litre for petrol. You blaming it on the 3 weeks ago or 2 months ago drastic change within the global oil price. Luister, en ek julle moet my nou verskoon, maar julle praat kak, hoor. Government, you're talking rubbish, bully. You're utter nonsense. Because if Botswana, who is a country adjacent to this country, not next to America, is selling exactly the same fuel at 15 Rand. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'll tell you what you're doing. You're putting taxes on our actual fuel cost. Don't you think we know? Because the only logical deduction is, julle skroef ons. Julle vat die petrolprys en dan sit julle R5 bo op dit. Want as jy 'n analogie doen op al die ander lande net in die SADC area, is ons op hierdie oomblik een van die grootste en mees betalende lande vir petrol per liter. Want dis jy die government. Nou my vraag in my persverklaring, my statement yesterday was, aren't you going to buffer it? Is there no one in your government? And trust me, there isn't. I mean, just look at the Minister of Energy. Nee, nog een julle. Now, I think you need the triple ice cream award. You can't buffer it. You can't go find an innovative way to actually sit and go, let's find another way to ensure that we cannot increase the petrol price, leave it as it is, and not pass anything back to the consumer. You just can't do it, can you? Shocking. That's why you must be removed. Because you are ruining SAPTY. If South Africa was a country and a corporation, the shareholders were the citizens of this country. The contribution to the country would be our taxes. The ministers were the board of directors, and the chairman of this board was the president. I'd fire you. There would not be a question that you are incompetent. We'll fire you. The problem is that 3/4 of this country's shareholders, and now I must be very clear, are not competent in their mindset to make a judgment, to understand that you are the reason that this country is falling apart, you bunch of idiots. That's why we re-elect you. As hierdie land 'n maatskappy was, het ek julle gedril, ek het julle gefire, en ek het julle aangekla en gedagvaar vir dereliction of duty. Ek het julle heeltemal voor die howe gevat vir die bankrotskap van hierdie land. Maar die probleem is, die meerderheid van ons mense in hierdie land het nog nooit 'n maatskappy bestuur nie. Hulle weet nie waaroor dit gaan nie. Hulle is emosioneel en hulle stem vir julle klomp kakke. Ek het dit gesê, ja, ek het dit gesê. Want julle sê dit om 'n braai, ek sê dit net in politiek. Ek gaan en ek sal. Want dis wat hulle is. This is what you are. You're a bunch of idiots. You should be fired. But you get voted back in again and again. You're atrocious. You're incompetent. That's why you don't care. You see, you don't fill up your own car. You use our money. You take a government petrol card, not even you. As a cabinet minister, you get driven around in X5s, 740 BMWs, Audis, Q7s. But you don't pay for the petrol. I do. My citizens do. Ons is gatvol, man. But we can't stand together. Ons sukkel Suid-Afrika om by mekaar te staan. I'm trying to unite you. Because there is going to come a time where we will not accept this. But without unity, without eendrag maak mag, ex unitatem vires, is ons moertoe. That's why I'm sitting in council. That's why I'm here. That's why I left business. That's why I left my family. To come sit in a political conclave to fight for you. En nie om my back down. So I'm not a politician. I'm not going to act like one. I'm a fighter. En ek fight hierso. But we need you. We need you to help us. I am the only voice, really, that's getting up now. No matter what it takes. Dit maak nie saak wat ek moet doen nie. Ek doen dit vir jou. Nou help my. Want op hierdie oomblik beklei ek die vaksin. Ek beklei dat die gewere nie afgevat moet word nie. Ek is reg om in te tree op hierdie oomblik as hulle aanhou met die petrol, met die elektrisiteit, met ons krag toevoer. Ek is reg. En finaal is ek ook reg om seker te maak dat die kommissies wat die mense moet tronk toe vat, dat ons hulle tronk toe vat. Die UIM gaan nie terugstaan nie. But here's something I don't get. We asked you to support us financially. Om ons finansiëel te ondersteun, want een man kan nie hierdie ding dra nie. Ek moet regmaak vir hof, ek moet regmaak en ons kry nie daai support nie. South Africa, you need to support the UIM. Because I'm looking at people that are currently sitting there and getting 30, 50 million. Die ander dag, vir een hofsaak, het 'n man opgestaan, hy het gesê hy wil hierdie hofsaak gaan beklei. Hy het op hierdie platform gevra vir R1 miljoen. Vir 'n saak. En binne een dag, het hy R375,000 gereis. Hier sit ek het 'n politieke party wat nou op hierdie oomblik die meeste geraas maak en wat nou in die straat gaan klim, en ek kan nie R80,000 bymekaar kry om ons kantore en ons mense van die UIM wat beklei het daar buite om nou hier binne te sit by councils, nee, om my geld bymekaar te maak nie. Daar's van julle hier wat my gehelp het. Ons het gesê ons moet 'n teiken bereik, want ons moet daai geld oor die volgende 40 dae hê. Ons staan nou op R38,000 oor 2 weke. Ons kom nie by ons geld uit. Nou Suid-Afrika, hoe moet die UIM fight? How must we fight? We don't have the funds. Nou sit ek gisterand en ek luister na Herman Mashaba, who sits there met sy oogies so groot en wat net sê, dis hy. It's him, en hy is die grootste, en hulle het die meeste. Ja, hulle het 40 miljoen gekry. Die UIM het 800,000 gekry. Maar wow. Ons het 3 metros. En ons het 800,000 oor 'n jaar gekry. Suid-Afrika, ons moet begin opstaan. We have to get up here. We have to support. I've got to fight Cape Town, Durban en Joburg. Help us. Ons is 'n politieke party. Nie 'n assosiasie. The members of this party, the people, the 1.3 thousand, the 1,300 people watching me right now, help me. Donate. Give. Send me messages. Fight with me, because I'm a fighter, you know it. En ek gaan nie my bek hou nie. Die mense in hierdie council like it. Want ek straf hulle waar straf moet kom en support waar support moet kom. Hierdie politieke partye moet verstaan. Die elections is verby. Ons moet nou vir julle werk. I work for you. As a senior councillor in Cape Town, I work for you. Now on this Facebook, for the people that are in the city, I will give you my city email address. I will give it, so if you've got problems in the city, no matter where it is, let me know. Because you elected me in here. I didn't elect myself. Also today, you will be getting the email addresses of our councillor in eThekwini, Durban, and our councillor currently in Johannesburg Metro. It will be published so that we can serve you. I wonder which other councillors on social media give out their contact addresses. Hulle steek het weg. Not the UIM. This is not my policy, and this is not what it's about. You must be able to contact us, so we will give it to you. But what I need to tell you is to get ready in my office to support my team, which I need. We need funding. We can't carry the costs alone. So I'm flabbergasted why companies in this country are not supporting us. Specifically security companies, whom we have now decided we will fight against this new draconian law that the government want to take over, that the Minister of Police has control over security companies. We are the only political party that is now stepping into that fight. But we need money. So please, I'm appealing to you. Help us. Talk to your people. We need to raise money. There are people here that gave 5,000, 10,000. And we got up to nearly 40,000. We are still sitting with a 40,000 deficit for the end of the year. Help us, please. Asseblief. Want ek moet gaan beklei. Ek kan nie nog daaroor beklei nie. We need funding. So be an agent for us. And that's what we are doing. Ons het 6 fights wat kom en ons gaan dit fight. Maar ek het julle nodig. Want hulle is besig om ons drakonies aan te val en ons gaan dit nie toelaat nie. Nie ek nie. Julle het nie gestem vir 'n groep wat op hulle gatte sit nie, hoor. En ek gaan nie. Ek beloof julle. The banking details are at the bottom. Dit is hier so onder. Ek gaan net vra dat hulle dit weer uit vir julle sit. So we'll post it the whole day on our WhatsApp as well. So please help us. We've got to get that 50,000 deficit in within the next couple of days. Really. Then Johanna, yes, I want to move over to the great news. We are moving over on Friday. This Friday at 12 o'clock, we are launching massively our new party membership platform, where then, yes, Johanna, there will be a fee, a membership monthly, which you can then log on to and be a fully fledged member now of a party and not anymore the movement. And that is also how we can sort out our funding without having to worry to ask you every single day here, which is not easy, to support a political party. And that's important. Lawrence, yeah, I think you're a member of parliament probably for the Freedom Front Plus, eh? So I recognize that the Freedom Front Plus is also in a fight, but I am not in that fight. I have other fights that I need to have. So I know you want to punt the Freedom Front Plus, minus and equals, but this is not the platform. Please go speak to them, Lawrence. Let me spell it for you. UIM. Nee. So as jy hier is, namens die Vryheid Front Plus, jy's welkom, maar nie met jou kommentaar oor my nie, hoor. Ek dink jy's nog 'n bietjie jonk daarvoor. So from my point of view, very clearly, I have addressed it. We have spoken about my opinion on the vaccine. We have now spoken on my opinion on the draconian, terrible law regarding fuel, which is unacceptable. We wish to address the matter now of ensuring that the entities of self-protection, securities are also protected. Then finally, South Africa, we are going into the end of the year. Ek weet ons is nou besig om klaar te maak. Ons is reg vir 2022. We are ready for 2022. Our systems are being put into place and we are ready. We are getting there. So we're going to tell you that before the end of the year, the top structure of the UIM will be getting together, because next year is build. 2024 is ons groot aanslag. En dit is waar ons wil wees. 2024 is taking a massive punch at Parliament. We are now in local government and we are performing without doubt. But this is what we are going to fight for. So at the end of the day, we must build this party. Look what we achieved in 2021. But look what we will achieve in 2022. Dames en here, dit gaan baie maklik wees. We are going to watch the performance of the people that made promises. All the political parties made massive promises. Our promise was to keep them accountable. And we are going to bloody do that. We will report back to you on everything. I sit in the City of Cape Town's council to perform. We are currently training and doing updates on systems, but that's not why I sit in council. I sit in council to get service delivery done for all. And to make sure that all the political parties that made commitments on beautiful posters and great speeches, that every month I will keep them 100% accountable for you. So look out today. If you are in the city of Cape Town, I will give you my email address on this platform. 5 minutes now, I will post it so that you can get involved. And if you've got a problem in the city of Cape Town, email me and I will do my damnedest best to get it to the departments and to the places where it is needed, so that this city really does what it must for you. Also in Durban, eThekwini, we have a councillor, and in Johannesburg. But everybody that represents the UIM in every little town is responsible to help, because that's what the UIM does. Look at how we at the Valdam area fixed potholes. Look at what Kevin Reddy did to get water and electricity restored. And those are the duties that we do. Ek hoop dat die Here julle seën. Ons dink vandag aan Dennis en sy familie. And we really, really look at what we can do as this family. Lorna, if Lorna is here, Lorna is always here. Lorna, if you can just, again, the people are screaming to help us for the bank details. So if you can just, but for everybody at the bottom, if you click on the bottom, it is there, but we will repost it and get it done. Then over the weekend, for everybody that is in George, as u in George is, daar, ek hoor daar's 'n groot rugby tournament. Ek sien Kevin Ferreira is hier. Kevin, die ou baas daar van daai rugby area. Goed om jou te sien, Kevin. I will be in George. We are watching and attending the George 10s. The UIM is supporting a team and some kids there over the weekend. Glenda, hulle sê deel die banking details is nie reg nie. Glenda, daai is waar ons is, né? Is nou daar. David, jy moet maar vir jou 'n ander politieke leier kry. Ek wil jou nie hê nie, hoor. Gaan praat maar met die mense wat preets is. Dit is nou die mense wat hulle taal gebruik om mooi te praat, né? Verkeerde man, hoor. En ek sien jy's miskien David Willemse. Jy's miskien nie hier by my. Ek sê hom soos hy is. OK, my taalgebruik is korrek. Want ek dink as ek 'n week saam met jou spandeer, maar persoonlik, dan gaan ek 'n bietjie goed oor jou ook maar uitvind, né? So David, moer weg. Moer koffie, né? Wil jou nie hê nie. Inteendeel, ons sal jou maar afhaal, né? Want jou oortjies is te fyn, maar jou aksies is te min. So David sal jou gou afhaal, né? Miskien moet jy EFF toe gaan. Ek hoor hulle taalgebruik is meer op jou vlak. We will definitely look at the banking details for you, repost it. Ag dames en here, as ek maar my woordjies gebruik soos ek het gebruik, is ek's nie 'n politikus nie, hoor. En op die publieke platform sal ek praat soos ek wil. As jy nie daarvan hou nie, klim af. OK. Dan moet 'n mens maar net gaan, né? Want ek is gatvol en ek sal my politieke party land soos ek wil. Die mense wat by my is 100% daar. Hulle is nie vals nie, hulle is nie preets nie, hulle praat soos hulle praat om 'n braai. Net omdat ek in die politiek is, beteken nie dat ek nie Neil de Beer is nie. Ek sal nooit verander nie, gaan nie verander nie. As ek hier binne fight, as ek daar buite fight nie, dan fight ek hom soos ek wil. Want weet jy wat is die grootste probleem, Dawietjie, is dat die mense in hierdie land lieg en hulle praat nonsens. En hulle sit en hulle wil almal polities korrek wees. So luister gou vir my, verkeerde mens, hoor. Jy het die heel verkeerde man hierso. As jy wil mooi praatjies het, preets en politieke taal. Nee, verkeerde man. Ek praat om regheid en dis hoekom ek goed gaan reg kry. Nee. Jou ander politieke leiers is presies daai. Hulle praat mooi. Ek praat nie mooi nie. As hulle moet gedonder word, dan donder ek hulle. So David, kry vir jou 'n koppie moer koffie en dan moer jy weg en dan gaan kry jy vir jou 'n ander ou wat vir die afgelope 27 jaar absoluut nonsens praat, mooi praat, maar kry niks gedoen nie. UIM doen dit nie. Ek doen soos ek wil. En weet jy wat, dit het 'n moerse impak, hoor. Want die mense like it. Want ek lieg nie. Hou op lieg. Hou op wegkruip agter preetse taal gebruik en mooi wees. Ons is verby mooi. Mense word gemoor en dan wil jy sê ekskuus tog. Nie by my nie, hoor. Verkeerde man moet my nie vryf nie. Want as jy vryf, dan klim hier so 'n genie van 'n wolf uit 'n klein koppie. Okay? Obai, we'll keep on fighting. We'll keep on representing you and you will get it as it is. Ek is lief vir julle. I love you. Thank you very much vir hierdie mense, amper 1.500 mense wat hierso gekyk het. Mag jy 'n goeie dag hê. Mag die Here se genade by julle wees en mag ons 'n land kry onder die UIM wat hierdie land sal verander. We want to change this country. But harsh words, direct words must be spoken. And it's time. En dis hoe julle my ken. En dit is hoe die UIM gaan vorentoe gaan. As my taaltjie 'n bietjie glip, my broer, dan was jy nog nooit op 'n jagplaas, 'n boereplaas of 'n plek waar gekuier is nie. Ek gaan nie verander vir jou en myself nou verander om te sê maar ek is 'n hoipeloi mens nie. Ek is 'n soldaat en ek sal aanhou beklei. Amen. Kyk na julleself, mag die Here julle seën. Mag die Republiek hierdie hand van sy skadu en gesondheid kry oor ons. May God bring his brilliant hand of peace. Yeah, you can be in God and speak straight. I don't know if you know it. You can do so. Bless you, look after yourself, mense support ons en kyk wat ons kan doen. Lekker bly.